we were all finally so excited to have a third player at CES 2023 show up with TCL going QD-OLED. You know what I mean? And then, wouldn't you know, that ain't gonna happen. Apparently, according to TCL, that was an error. Yeah, it was a gotcha moment, I guess. They just waited for us to get excited to have 3 QD-OLED players this year to say, hey guys, we were just playing, man. We didn't mean any of that. So now today, we have to look at the landscape as it's evolved. And that means we're right back to Sony and Samsung. Now, that isn't entirely bad news. It's just not as good or as advantageous as it would have been if TCL would have joined the fray. So, TCL is kind of known for being the brand that cries wolf. I mean, let's remember that they were supposed to come out with OD0, a mini LED monster of monsters that we never got. So I'm not really shocked that they did this, but at the same time, it is pretty unfortunate. Now, looking to more positive news, Sony and Samsung are still going to show up this year, and we still know for a fact we're going to get 2000 nits of peak brightness, we're going to get quantum.color, and all of that jazz. But now there is a conversation we need to have. I think maybe 3 talking points immediately come up. The first one that comes up is, well, you're making these screens brighter, but what about burn-in? Now, I'll do a video entirely separate about burn-in and addressing it across many years. I'd say maybe the last 4 years easy of OLED, and we'll see just how that progression goes. So don't worry too much about that part, because I'll touch on that separately. But then, of course, they are talking about making it more durable. They are talking about it being at least 2 times durable than it was last year. So at the very least, reliability is something that they're touching on. Now, there's another part of this that we should look at as well. And that's processing. That is ultimately what's going to decide the winner of this entire year, okay? Because you have Sony, who they're known for their XR processors, but hopefully they do something new, maybe kick it up a notch, and fix motion processing, especially when you use their motion processing effects. It just doesn't look as good as it used to in the years prior. I will be showing that off in the comparisons that come later on this year. Keep it locked for that. Now, then, of course, we have Samsung. Samsung, with their magic calibration using your smartphone, only a brand new Samsung will know, by the way, is able to just calibrate right there, just from your phone. Isn't that great? Oh, but the problem is that feature didn't work at all. So it's kind of like they got away with selling us a feature that never ever showed any fruit on that tree. And I think it's really nice to know that people are sounding off about this stuff. And I think, again, we're going to really have to hold both of these companies to the fire. But again, there is positive news to be had here. Both are still QD OLEDs. Both are still going to add to the QD market. So we are only going to win, because I'm going to tell you right now, as a current owner of a QD OLED, the Samsung S95B, rocking firmware 1082, I'm actually very proud of that. It's an amazing experience. And if they can take that wonderful day one experience and ramp it up to the next level, fantastic. Minus, of course, all the shenanigans they've done in, the prior updates. We don't want that. We don't need any of that. But hopefully they can fix it. Now, it's also important to note that there is another aspect of this that we need to look at. Every company this year is talking about their economic footprint and sustainability. And I feel like that's going to play a role into all this as well. I'm wondering what eco modes are going to be implemented and things like that. Again, all of these things are going to shape the year 2023, and I'm going to be covering it every step of the way. So it is unfortunate that TCL decided to drop out and compete with Hisense. RIP TCL on that one. Good luck going up against a $500, $499 mini LED. Good luck. I would not want to be you right now. Because if you would have entered QD-OLED, you would have had less competitors with only 2 other brands and, a couple of their models. But now you're going up against a whole bevy of models. Like, I do not envy that. That's a tough break. But be that as it may, I want to hear from you guys what you think about this whole scenario and things like that. And let's start a dialogue down below. And as always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching the #1 brand in honesty. Until the next video, and I'll see you guys later.